Hi guys, today we're gonna talk about my list media. If you guys didn't know, I had two other channels before I made this my permanent YT channel. The two channels being these. Sadly, I don't have access to the Alludiomations channel. I only have access on the Kofti previously Lemony channel. So let's talk about the videos I made that have been lost to time. So I made a handful of videos about object race. You can check those videos out on the Alludiomations channel, link in the description. Let's talk about the actual show itself. Object Race was made somewhere in the late 2020s. Around the time I joined the OSC, I made a video with all the assets of the characters on it. These include window, plug, dirt, drum, orange, color yellow, button. I don't remember what his name is honestly. An SD card, it's actually a floppy disk long. These are actually old assets, remade them in 2021 or something. The floppy disk SD card was the host of the show. I actually still have the thumbnail, but you can check that out yourself. Since the thumbnail is in the Alludiomations channel, I wanted to make this video cause of this show. And I recently found a screenshot, a clip, and even the intro through old DMS. Here's a screenshot. I believe that this was about the Stickman guy, talking about how he loves mashed potatoes. I actually still have the voice line, where the Stickman guy says that he loves mashed potatoes. Matter of fact, I actually still have some of the voice lines from the show. Maybe I'll show you guys in a future video. Anyways, I'm gonna show the clip now. That's basically it. It's unknown if there's more of it. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can see that there's new assets in this screenshot, and it looks like Window is walking somewhere. And we can also see the year on this background. And finally, the intro. It was an unlisted video, so here it is. Oh, so his name was just Stickman. At the time I didn't know how to animate on Flip-a-Clip, so I made it on KineMaster. And by the way, I forgot to add a character in the intro, so apparently the intro wasn't final. It's unknown if I ever made another one. Also, since the intro was an unlisted video, there could be more unlisted videos about Object Race that I sadly cannot view since I don't have access to the account. That's basically all of the proof of iTexisting, besides the voice lines. Anyways, let's move on. This is probably one of the most obscure ones in this list. Unlike Object Race, this show was a non-competition show. The show was about 17 objects being hunted by a killer, though the number may have been reduced, but I'm only assuming that. Even though there's 17 objects, I can only name some of them sadly. Here's the list one. Lipstick, she was the first one to get 2. Torch, who had a crush on Lipstick 3. Chef Hat, a grumpy chef who I believe was an Italian. 4. Pete, who was supposed to be the killer 5. Santa Hat, the Woody type, and was the second one to die. 6. Egg, he had an AK-47 for some reason. Also, the song you're hearing right now was supposed to be the intro song, but it's unknown if I ever made an intro for it. Also, I keep thinking about a white rectangle with the word name on it, which makes me believe that he or she was a character. I drew icons for them, presumably, because I wanted the viewers to vote for who they think the killer is, but I probably dropped that and just made icons for no reason. I recreated one of the icons. And unlike Object Race, I actually had a server for it, which is sadly deleted now. I made the script for it, and everything. Sadly, there were no voice lines that were made. The assets are long gone, I can only remember them vividly. They all had a black outline, and the assets were mediocre at best. The only thing that remains are the OST, and the message that confirms how many objects there are. Before we get to the final, here is an honorable mention. Mr. Phone's Life was a show I made in late 2021, I think. I made a handful of episodes, but I don't remember any of them. Except the last one I made. It was just a poorly animated fight scene, which had the Giorno's theme playing. And now the finale. This is probably the less obscure show I made ever. This show is also a competition show, and unlike H.B.S, the character assets are gone. I'll show you all of them, but I won't name them. You'll know why in a bit. Anyways, the reason why I didn't name them is because I actually made an intro for it, and it has all their names on it. The channel along with Illudiomations will be in the description. Anyways, unlike the first Object show, I actually remember the first challenge. It was based around Tower of Hell. I planned on recording gameplay, and then make it, so the characters did the challenge. Also, I have voice lines for Lemony. It's unlisted, but I might unenlist it. Now it may seem like that nothing in this show is lost, but actually, the backgrounds are lost. So is the script? Remember what I told you about the voice lines? It's actually partially lost. So that's all of the lost shows. If you guys want, I can make a part 2, if it gets a lot of likes. So make sure to like if you want a part 2.